Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Just want to go into a quick break, edification, real quick, through in the power of the Spirit of the Most High, on James chapter 3, right, in verse number. I want to jump right into it, verse 5, on the power of the tongue. It's a lot of in the words that we speak. It's a lot of power, and a lot of things can happen, right? Because the Lord said, "Life and death are in the power of the tongue." So every word that you speak, that's why on another level, and the Lord said, every other word that you speak, you gotta give an account for, right? That's going to offending your brother, your sister. And you could easily offend them and not even know it just by the words that you speak. Whether it's sarcasm, whether you was playing, whether whatever, hey, the words that we speak is gonna condemn us in the last days, right? And now that's why we gotta repent. And so like when we come to the presence of the Lord, right? That's why the Lord said that basically we need to bridle our tongues, man. Right? Paraphrasing. So I'm gonna get this precept and. See that? Let me get it. I'm just going to jump James chapter 3 and verse number. Matter of fact, I'll start at the top. It says, "My brethren, be not many masters," and that masters going into teachers, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation, right? Because whatever all the things that you teach, you're going to have to give an account for that. And you're going to be condemned or justified by the things that you speak, let alone being a teacher. Teacher is a real heavy lot, right? But because you speaking to people and telling them, "Thus said the Lord," but if you're not telling them, "Thus said the Lord," you think the Lord is gonna get up with you. Put it like that, right? Continuing on, for many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, right, your words that you're speaking, the same is a perfect man, right, and able also to bridle the whole body. Verse 3, "Behold, we put bits," right? Those bits is going to those bridles that you put around the horse head and their mouth, and that's what that bit is. It says, "In the horse's mouths, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body with this little bitty, bridle." But it says, verse 4, "Behold, also the ships, which though they be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small hem," and that's a wheel. Big, massive ships, right? Cargo slave ships. All these ships was driven by very, very small wheels, turned about with the small wheel, right? These Titanic ships, all these wheels literally are turned by little bitty wheels. Big, massive ships, but the little bitty wheel, probably 1% of the ship, right? Whethersoever the governor listed. Verse 5, this is what I want to get into. "Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasted great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindle," right? Because our tongue is the small, compared to our body, the tongue probably got to be one of the smallest things, right? Not not to get too deep, but our tongue is a small member, but it does a lot of damage, right? Whatever you say, it could be a little kid. Hey, let's be even a little kid, one of those bad kids out here speaking, saying all these cuss words, doing all this. Though that tongue is the little kid, a small kid, and the tongue is a small member, but yet how much of a great fire it do? Get him in all kind of trouble, man. Right at school, bad kid out here acting up in school. Hey, by their words, they was gonna get in trouble for. How much more us in this truth? With our brothers and sisters, we gotta watch what we say. No, we can't be backbiting, run up and down as a talebearer, false accusations. All these things that we do with our tongue is gonna it's gonna kindle that great fire, right? That's why the Lord said, "Boast of great things, and how much." And behold, how great a matter a little fire kindle. Meaning, our little tongue can do a lot of damage, right? Literally. That's why the Lord said, let me get this precept in Proverbs chapter 18 in verse number 21. All right. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21. It says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." See that? The Lord said literally death and life are in the power of the tongue. Meaning what? The words that you speak, it can do great things or it could do bad things. Right? You can speak ill. It could cause death and you not even knowing it. Here you offended somebody, a little one, and you didn't even know it, all because you didn't know how to bridle your tongue, or you was being not mindful of the things that you saying, right? Right, continuing on. Death and life, right? Life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And you're going to have to eat whatever it caused. You're going to have to deal with what it did. If you offended somebody or on a carnal level, here you is, y'all arguing, saying out here in Cali, hey, say you in the in this traffic, you road rage. Now y'all letting the window down, going back and forth. And what's that? The fruit of that could be a shootout, a dang fight, a car accident, all these different things. That'd be the fruit of. That's why the Lord said, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." So whatever you do, it's gonna have a aftermath or effect, basically, right? That's the fruit. Hey, you gonna have that shootout, crash, or something to that nature. Versus if y'all, on the right hand side of that life could have been, hey, how you doing today? Have a good day. Telling you, even on the carnal level. I mean, it's like not carnal level, but even the words you speak, like say to your wife, she kind of got a nice dress on or a nice something like that, but you speaking good words like, I like that. You look beautiful today, and things like this. It's life and death. That's a positive thing. It's positive things that come with that too. Just speaking right on the positive and negative side, right. Just as an example, right. Well, let's go back to James. Salaki. Right. Let's go back to James chapter 3. Right. But that's how you know that it's a lot of life and death in the power of the tongue, literally. Right. Let's go back to it. Verse 6. Salaki. James chapter 3 and verse 6. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity, right? Because your tongue can have you do the tongue is what they say, what your parents used to say back in the world. What they say, watch how you. I know my parents used to always say, "Hey, watch how you speak to somebody, man." Because you always gonna have a judgment on that, basically, right? Everything that you say and do, you're gonna have to give a account for in the day of the Lord, right? Same thing like the Lord said. How much more us applying that and doing as it says, right? That's how you love your neighbor, right? You can't be just walking up and down, saying whatever to somebody, man. Everybody got different sensitive levels and what's the word? Like tolerance levels of what they can and can't take. Hey, one brother, you could probably yell at him. Let's get that in Jude, right? Let's get this in Jude, chapter 1 and 20, verse 20, 22, right? Even Jude, this is what Jude was saying. This is going to when you out there, say if you teach somebody or trying to say somebody, it says, get somebody the word or something. Some people you got to be nice to. You can't be all aggressive and yelling at everybody. Right? Because you could offend somebody. Everybody got different tolerances levels, right? This Jude chapter 1 and verse 22. And some have, I'll start right here, It says, and some have compassion making a difference. Like some people, you got to have that compassion on them. Like say us men who go out there on the highways, byways and teach. You can't be just treat everybody the same. You got to work according to their spirit. Like as far as, meaning you got to know how to discern between how to speak to everybody. Everybody you can't speak the same way to somebody. Some people you gotta be lighter, speak lighter with. How you doing today? This and that. Some people, hey brother, you gotta repent or die. Hey, some people you gotta do that, and we gonna get that in Jude. It says, and some have compassion, making a difference. So some people you gotta say with compassion, making that difference. Having it's all on how you what's the word I'm looking for? Like a judge in the matter. If you see a brother not listening, or if you see somebody listening, don't be, and that's what. No, man, just relax. Have that compassion, right? That's how you're supposed to be with our brothers and sisters anyway. You don't want to be that brother. But some you have to do with fear, like the Lord, like Jude said. I'm going to give verse 1 and 22 again. It says, and some have compassion, making a difference. But look what he said on the opposite side, verse 23. And others save with fear. So some brothers, you got to, let me finish, pulling them out of the fire, hating even the garment spotted by the flesh. Meaning some people, you got to save with fear. Hey, brother, repent or die. The Lord coming back and he going to get every man's court. Hey, however you got to do it. Some people you got to do that with, right? So you got to know how to discern between what that's in Salakia, the power of the tongue. Some people you got to be more gentle and speaking more on a compassionate way. In a compassionate way. Versus some people, you gotta give it to them uncut, man, because that's the only way they can hear, right? So Right, that's just going into that power of that tongue. Let's go back to James, right? Salakia, James chapter 3 and verse number, continuing on in verse 6, Salakia. And the tongue is a fire, a word of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, right? Because it could defile, your tongue could defile everything that your body, it make you, your tongue make you who you are, basically, in a sense, if that makes sense, right? Meaning, if you known for that brother known for talking ish to everybody, um everybody gonna know. I mean, you're gonna be defining yourself, but it's gonna be that's they gonna know who you are like that. You know, you got that loud mouth sister or brother. They loud for no reason, and you know that brother loud, man. Versus some of the people, the soft spoken people, you know. Hey, how you doing today? The low speaking people, right? It'll be, you just know them. Salakia, you just know them by they how they are and how they speaking. Some people speak loud, some speak low. Everybody different, but at the end of the day, though, that's just all going into the power of the tongue. Right, continuing on, it says that is defiled the whole body and set it on fire, the course of nature, and is set on fire of hell. Right, all in the power of the tongue. Right. Do I want to? Oh, okay, so like I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna jump to verse 8. It says, but the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Literally, because the words that we speak. Hey, you get mad. Now you get mad, and now you move you out of your spirit. You out the spirit. Spirit's not hopped on you, and now you speaking things that you would never speak. Like on another level, when you getting drunk, here you is. This known for the brother, you know. For one, you in sin if you're getting drunk anyway, right? But so like it. But at the end of the day, though, here you is, dang, drinking. You kind of drank a little too much. Let's put it like that. And now you, dang, right? Now you loud. Now you obnoxious. Now you that brother who don't nobody want to be around, man. Now you doing things that you wouldn't normally do or say. You know, might be going off and who knows, man. Looking at brothers' wives or trying to talk to, who knows, everything. You know, when you get drunk, you're not yourself, man. Right? So, or if you out of the spirit and drank too much, should I say? I don't want to say drunk. We know no brother or sister be getting drunk in the truth or in the world, right? But, you know, that's another topic, right? But continuing on, it says, but the tongue can no man tame. It is a ruling evil, full of deadly poison. Let me get this other precept. Right, I want to get this precept in Proverbs chapter 21. Right, it just came to my head through the spirit. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse, let me see, 20, yeah, 23. Proverbs 21, oh, I see that it was already. But Proverbs 21 and 23, whoso keepeth his mouth and in his tongue, keepeth his soul from troubles, right? Like, I think, but this is a beautiful precept, man, about keeping our mouth and our tongue from the troubles, right? Because at the end of the day, those things that we do and say, it's going this is a good precept going into Proverbs chapter 18 and 21, right? It says, whoso keep his mouth and his tongue, keep his soul from troubles, right? Because what you do and say, hey, you will have a judgment for that. If you walking up and down, drunk, obnoxious, yelling at everybody, trying to start a fight, hey, your trouble ain't gonna be what, a fight or something negative like we was going to earlier, right? But if you out here speaking kind things, and you'll be that brother who you know, who you want to be around, man. I don't want to be around a brother who damn loud, obnoxious, who out the spirit, who, hey, me, I don't want to be around that brother, man. You know, but at the end all be all is, let me get this precept. We got to watch what we say, because life and death are in the power of the tongue. All right, let me get this precept real quick. Oh, yeah, come get this. At the end all be all, we got to love our neighbors, keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and learn how to bridle our tongue, right? Matter of fact, let me get this one. In 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 5 and verse, no, it's like it. I ain't gonna get this. I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna go to 1 Peter, so like it. Bear with me. All right, 1 Peter, let's go back to this. It says, this is the book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10, and it reads this. Do I want to start up? So like I'll just start at verse 10. Dang, do I want to start at 9? So like I'll just start at 10. It says, for he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil. So the Lord said, hey, if he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil. So we got to refrain our tongues from evil speakings and doings. This little member is cause and does great damage, right? And it says in his lips that they speak no guile. So we got all these precepts to understand that we cannot, right, be walking up and down speaking evil, because our lips and our words and our tongue is going to condemn us at the end of the day. So we got to learn how to bridle our tongue. If you ain't going, that's what they say in the world. If you don't got nothing good to say, hey, don't say it at all. Hey, we need to be on that for real. Like, we need to work on that as a body and as brothers and sisters. We need to learn if you ain't got nothing good to say, hey, don't say it at all, man. Just shut your damn mouth, man. Hey, that's for all of us, man. Right? Right? And let me get this precept, right? 2 Peter. All right. Because at the end of the day, what I was finna say? No, that's not what I want. What I was finna say though, at the end of the day though, we literally gotta remember that all the things that we do and say, we're gonna have to give every idle word that we speak, we're gonna have a greater condemnation for it. So let me get Ephesians. All right, and I'm gonna close out with this through the Spirit. All right, Ephesians chapter 4 and verse number 29. All right. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth. So that's what we all need to be working on. You know, hey, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth. But that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Those the only thing that need to be proceeding out of our mouth. Right? With that, Israel, stay on fire, stay enduring. We almost, the Lord gonna come back soon, man. Render every man according to his ways and works. So we need to make sure that we speak in no guile, bridling our tongue, loving our brothers and sisters, and continually enduring, keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. All right, and with that, Shalom, Israel.